Good evening and welcome to the real world. The real world. The world just got very real over the last few weeks. And as much as you feel the stress and the anguish and the worry and the anxiety over people who are in some in danger, some in real danger, you also see the yaifi, the beauty, the glory of Klal Yisrael that comes out of times like this. The world got very real. We're seeing reality. Rashi in this week's parasha says something so revealing that in the middle of the day, broad daylight, midday, the Rebbe Shalom took Noach and his family into the table. Dr. Rashi, what's what's the Torah telling us in the middle of the day? Dr. Rashi, that the people told Noach when they started building it all those years, oh yeah, when you're ready to go in, we're going to come after you with baseball bats and crowbars, and we're going to dismantle the whole table. You're not going anywhere. And the Rebbe Shalom said, really? I said he should go in. Ani machnisai le'enei kulam. I'm going to do it. You're all going to see him go in. There's going to be all the TV cameras are going to be there, and the crowds are going to be there. The hour is approaching, 12:30 p.m. Noach and his family going in. What's going to happen? Everyone's going to be watching. You're going to be able to do nothing. Let's see whose word last, the Rebbe Shalom said. And Rashi says, Taka, that they tried. They tried coming from it. The Rebbe Shalom encircled the table with bears and lions, and they were powerless. What's going on over here? The Rebbe Shalom had to make like a show for them. These people all died. They were all imminently dead. The Mabul came and wiped them all away. There was no last, there was no zeicha, there was no remembrance of them. So why did the Rebbe Shalom have to make this show for them? For who? Noach saw the Nisim. He knew that him and his family came out of the Mabul. The other ones weren't even around. So who's the Rebbe Shalom talking to? Maybe, just for this week, we could say that the Rebbe Shalom is talking to us. We're living in a world. We saw horrible things happen last week. But at the same time, in seeing that happen, seeing how Rahman al-Atzlan, easy or whatever word you're going to use is for Rasham to hurt Yidden, really, at will. You realize, retroactively, the Marfeya, just how much Rebbe Shalom has been watching us. We'll only understand at the end of the Gullus that Lulei Hashem Shahaya Lanu, without the Rebbe Shalom, how vulnerable we really were. Sometimes we get a little glimpse of just how weak and defenseless we really are. The Rebbe Shalom allows us to see this and how much he's been protecting us all along. Day of rage, day of hate, and the media runs and they put these things in our head that makes us very scared. Let's get more security. Let's get extra policemen. Do you really think that that's going to make the difference? Now, of course, I'm not one to, I don't have opinions on this, and I'm not entitled to opinions on this. If somebody sees something dangerous, of course, they have to call law enforcement. But our brains and our hearts and our minds, more than ever, we should have bitachon now. More than ever, we should understand. They could promise whatever they want. They could say, we have to stop letting the anxiety get to us. We have to stop scaring ourselves and scaring our kids. And reading media stories that make us so scared. They're coming in this city and they're coming in that city and they're protesting and they're waving. If you learned anything over the past week, it's only the Rebbe Shalom. The Rebbe Shalom was the only one who's Shomer. He's the only one who could protect. He's the only one who did protect. The only one who does protect. The only one who will protect. And we have him. If you know that Chav Knesset was by Baron Leib Steinman once, and he was already in the cabinet. He was a minister, so he had a security. So the security guard wanted a bracha. So Baron Leib said to him, he said, "Ani Shomer, I'm the guard." Baron Leib said, "Who's your Shomer? Your Shomer Alacha?" He said, "What do you mean?" He says, "You're watching him. Who's watching you?" So he didn't really understand the question. Baron Leib said, "You know that if the Rebbe Shalom wants something to happen to him, it's going to happen even with you. And if he doesn't want anything to happen, it won't happen even if you're not here." So he says, he hears, yeah, he accepts that. So Baron Leib said, "Then you're gebancht, that you have the bracha. That means you understand already this reality that throwing yourself in his embrace and his shelter and his protection is really the safest place to be. There's nowhere better. There's nowhere else that's effective anyhow." The Rebbe Shalom's talking to us. Let everybody see. Till today. Let every Yid forever that will ever be look in broad daylight. Noach says, "I'm going in." The Rebbe Shalom says, "I got you." And everybody else says, "No, you're not going in. We're going to kill you." We have to tell this to ourselves.